Just want a quick intro about one of tool I'm working on. So it's a Sitecore project mate. Okay, so this one set of AI assistants I'm working on it. Okay, so few things I started. Few things are in like a POC and planning phase. Okay, so you can find from here. Okay, so this one currently almost I finished it, so that's why I'm calling as a beta version. Okay, so this tool is this assistant. I can call assistant or mate. This one like a kind of a chatbot. Okay, this assistant knows better our website content. Okay, so he can assist on the content basis. Okay, so example, he can scrap our Sitecore website using a GraphQL, and then he will serve the content in a chat manner. Okay, so I'll give a like a hard walkthrough. Okay, so this is a tool currently I want to showcase. Okay, so this is an overview of this project. Okay, so as I mentioned, the features he can do scrapping, and then he will do the chunking as well. Okay, so obviously like you want to get a RAG result, you have to store it in vector databases. Okay, so I'm using ChromaDB to store the results. Okay, so and then using LLM to finally I'm generating output. Okay, so there are some advanced RAG operation available. So okay, so I'll give another video to give a complete walkthrough on that. And then real-time logging, when you are scrapping, you will get a real-time logging, and then multilingual support as well. Quick architecture. Okay, so as I mentioned, this assistant have many operation. Okay, so one of the operation is like he can do the scrapping part. Okay, so which is built on Next.js. Okay, so it's a like a kind of a website. Okay, so here the website will get scrapped and then it will store on the ChromaDB. Okay, then the next piece of part is a like a Python server part. Okay, so here the assistant can do the vector lookups and then RAG support as well. Okay, so example, like as a developer, I can able to give a user prompt and then how the vector context is available, something like that. I can able to search. I'll give a walkthrough shortly. And apart from that, in a real-time case, like assume you have a chatbot window, or in a mobile application you have a chatbot. Okay, so you can talk to this RAG, and then you can get the vector result, and then it will pass it to the LLM with the user prompt, and then finally it will get a proper output. Okay, so this is overall architecture. Okay, so here you can see the complete text and tools what I'm using on it. Okay, so here the high level architecture. Okay, so the technology what I'm using also here you can find, and what all things I'm considering for it. Okay, so it will be very helpful if you plan for other project. Okay, so here's the quick setup. Okay, so it's like majorly, as I said, we have a backend which is Python. Like you can run it, and then you can go for a front end setup. So that also Next.js project. Okay, so typical run. Yeah, some this is the overall things. Okay, so there are some advanced things. Okay, so I need another like a detailed video. I'll explain on this. Okay, so apart from that, currently I'm working on the authentication part, and then a few complex fields like images and videos and other related, example, dynamic components, these kind of a content I need to scrap it. Okay, so these things I'm working on it. So this is overall things. Yeah, now I'll give a small walkthrough, like a quick demo. Okay, so this is my local instance. So basically, as I said, like I will scrap all my pages, components, contents, everything to VectorDB. Okay, so let's jump into that. Okay, so this is a one. Okay, so like a front end, like a facing, like a front end channel. This one. Okay, so currently it is running on my local. Okay, so the Next.js part is working on my local 3000, and then the Python part is working on my local 8001. Even the VectorDB also available in my local. Okay, yeah, one small note here actually. So there is some flexibility. Okay, so you can use any like a models you want. Okay, so basically Gemini or Ollama or OpenAI, any model you can use. That's a flexibility I'm just giving. And yeah, if you are using like a local model, obviously you need local Ollama or some other to be installed on your local. Okay, so let me quickly walk through. Okay, so this is the front end. Okay, so the initial step is like you have to get the content and then you have to scrap into the vector DB. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just start from the scratch. Okay, so this will load like this. Okay, so as you see, like here you can give the details. Okay, so this is my local instance and then the related details. Okay, so this is my root path. Okay, so I'm just using a master GraphQL schema to do that. Okay, so I'm just giving as a dev master. Okay, so here you can add the environment. Okay, so it will be immediately available here. Once you add, you can select it. Okay, so it's a simple website, so scrapping will be like a lightning fast. If you consider, I already tested this with like 1,000 pages content. Okay, so nearly it will like a scrapping will nearly 10 minutes it will finish. Okay, so now let's do the scrapping. So as I said, the scrapping and indexing is a process of getting a content and then it will put the things into the like a vector DB, ChromaDB, which is this process is going to happen. Okay, I'm going to do the scrapping. This will put the content on the ChromaDB. Okay, so here you can like see the logs immediately. Actually, this is one small concept like server-side events from the Python and then Next.js and then it will come here. Okay, so there are some sort of thread is across the thing. That's why you are getting real-time logs here. Okay, so now we just scrapped. Okay, so here if you closely look at the logs now, like what are the content item, what are the component, I'm just traversing and then like placing on the vector DB. Example, you see here home item is getting done. Okay, so I'm taking all the page level fields and then I'm taking go one by one component which is available and then I'm taking all the component fields as well and then I'm putting under the chunk DB. Okay, so there are like a vector schema and a chunking strategy. Okay, so those things already I documented like how I'm like grouping the fields, how I'm grouping the components, and then how I'm considering into the chunking and the vector schema. Everything I documented. Okay, so you can go through it. Okay, so next part, like once you did that part, okay, so as like a developer or solution guy, okay, so I can able to see how this is functioning, something like that. Okay, so this is my dummy website. Okay, so here I have some like a small article about Neuralink, SpaceX, and quantum computer, something like that. Okay, so typically example, like if you see like a SpaceX article is available here. Okay, just for sample purpose I'm doing. Okay. So you have to select the environment. Okay, so then you can ask the queries over there. Okay, so example, like who is founder of SpaceX, something like that. Okay, so this option it's for a developer. Okay, so basically this entire portal is for like a dev and solution guy or who are doing the scrapping and the other stuff. Okay, so even the content team also can use this. Okay, so here you can find like how vectors are available here, something like that. Okay, so as you see, like it's not like a SQL storage or index storage as like a Solar. So okay, it's a vector things. You have to chunk it and then you have to like store it in like a content in respective format. Okay, so this will be useful when you are like working on the prompting and the contenting part. Okay, so this is how the search vector will work. Okay, so now we'll see the real-time example, like how this will work for the end user. Okay, so that one you can generate answer based on the RAG. Okay, so currently configured with OpenAI model. Okay, so now you see the summary. SpaceX was founded by entrepreneur Elon Musk. He established the company in 1999. Okay, so note this era. I will tell you one interesting thing on this. Okay, so this part here. Okay, so as you see the Python part. Okay, so user prompts, you can do the vector search, and then like you can do the RAG search as well. Okay, so as I mentioned, this will go and look for a vector lookup, and then it will fetch all the vector lookup, and then it will frame the vector context, and then it's a combination of user prompt and the vector context will send to the models. Okay, so as I mentioned, you can use your local models as well. Okay, so example, your client or your project concern about the security things, you don't need a cloud models. Okay, so this entire whole process can be done within your on-premise system or your infrastructure. The call do not need to go to outside. Okay, so once this is processed, LLM will provide the answer as like here. Okay, so this tool is this page, and this tool is only for the dev team. Okay, and a short note. Like how like in channel we can able to integrate this is like this is nothing but this one is like my Python. Okay, so which is acting as a MCP. Okay, so it's running on my local as I showed here. if you go to the Python, so this is my local Python thing. Okay, so this is on which is running on my local Lithos and whatnot. Okay, so now as I said, how in a real time it will work now. Okay, so assume like you have a website channel. Okay, so like you have a chat assistant. Okay, so like it's a sample HTML. I already provided the sample also in the setup. Okay, so here you can ask about the things. Example, I have a SpaceX and Neuralink article in my like a Sitecore. Okay, so like I can more go like SpaceX and new. The spelling is different. Okay. New link was the common thing. Okay, so I'm just asking what's the common thing between Neuralink and SpaceX. Let's see what it's saying. Okay, so basically this is also similar to the RAG search what we are doing. Yeah. You can see SpaceX and Neuralink both founded by Elon Musk. Yeah, this is what I'm looking on it. Okay, so you may have a doubt like these things are like a common article, right? Maybe LLM knows. Okay, so here is a good point I want to tell you about it. Okay, so all these content, it's not coming from the complete LLM context. Okay, so this means if you are asking something about even the public content, you are asking something, it will adhere to your context standards. Okay, so the best example I will tell you, you see SpaceX. Who is founder of SpaceX? Okay, so SpaceX was founded by Elon Musk and it's established by 1988, which is Blender. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, so now I'm in ChatGPT. Okay, so as you see, like now we'll ask here, when SpaceX found. Okay, I can type whatever I want. It can able to understand. Okay. Yeah, you see, it's 2002. Okay, now I'll go to other model. Okay, so yeah, I like both. I have a subscription. So here also I will ask it. Okay, so when SpaceX was found 2002. So now you actual date is 2002, but our search it is giving 1999. How it is giving? I'll tell you. Okay, so here this is my content. Okay, so here you see blah 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 SpaceX founded in 1999. So now you see, right, even I'm using like cloud model and common article, till it will adhere to my standard. Okay, so there are some like a prompt engineering concept is there. Okay, so you can play with that. Okay, so because this kind of like implementation is differ from client to client things. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to segregate the things as well. Example, the prompt I gave here. Okay, so there will be a prompt template will be there. Here you can define your like the context. Okay, so like how the content should be presented. Okay, so even LLM is getting served, you are not giving any instruction. Okay, so that will change the context. Okay, so example, you are not giving any information and then you are passing. Okay, you are asking about the SpaceX and your article is wrong, that will interpret and then that will answer. Okay, so to avoid all these things, like you have to set a proper prompt. Okay, so there are multiple things out there. Okay, so definitely I'll have other call to explain all these things. So this is the thing. Thanks, team.